Welcome to Sam's Motion Studio QX5. Today we're going to go with the knee stretch series. Knee stretch, long stretch, up stretch, elephant, and arabesque. So we're going to start with the knee stretch, and obviously we don't have a reformer to go in and out with, so I have rags and a foam roller. So we're going to start with the rags, and then I'll show you on the foam roller. Now, this is pretty hard, and it can be hard on the wrists, so if you have any of those issues, probably best not to do this one. You can always use fists instead of putting your hands flat, so you can make that modification if you need to. These go under your feet, and they're going to make you slide. All right, so we're going to start with knee stretch 1, which I call knee stretch 1. It's the round back series. The idea is that you don't want to move your pelvis. You want to keep your pelvis from your, basically from your hips all the way to your head. You want to keep super still. You want to also engage those lat muscles and keep your shoulders packed down so that nothing is moving in the shoulder girdle area. Pull in your abs, obviously. And all right, so I have a pad here. You can also do this on the floor. With wrist issues, you also can do this. You can fold up the pad so that you can put your wrists, your heels of your hands a little bit higher than your fingers, and that takes some of the pressure off of the wrists. I'm just going to do it the normal way, but you can also be on your fists, as I said. So I've put the rags under my knees to replicate more of what a reformer knee stretch would be like. Hands are here, and I'm going to round my back, and I'm going to bring it in, and I'm going to bring it out. In and out. I'm going to exhale, inhale. Notice that my body should not move at all except for my knees. My pelvis stays curled. I'm really pulling in my abs, hollowing out, and in and out and back in. So rest your wrists. You want to take your hands and just circle them around and stretch them. All right, so that's knee stretch 1, round back. This is knee stretch 2. Hands are on the mat again. Again, you could probably do it like this as well, or take the mat and create that distance between your heel and the floor. Okay, so now I'm going to go to a flat back. I'm going to take a little bit of an arch. This time I'm going to flex my feet as if my feet were against the shoulder pads. And push out and in and out, and same thing. Inhale out. My tailbone should not be moving. My tailbone stays directly to the ceiling. My shoulders are packed down. Just my knees are moving out and in and out and in, out. And obviously, if you have any knee issues, you want to pad this more, which you could do with pillows. Just anything that slides on the floor. Okay, so that's knee stretch 1 and 2. Now for knee stretch 3, or knees off, you do want to put your feet on here because these have to slide. Your feet have to slide on the floor. So again, for this one, if you want to make a fist so that it doesn't hurt your wrists, you keep the pelvis curled, you push out. I'm round back on this one, right? Stay really curled if you can. Out, keep those shoulders down. Out and in. 2 more. And relax. That's harder than on the reformer. Okay, so that's knee stretch 1, 2, and 3. So the next exercise is long stretch, which as difficult as it can be on the reformer, depending on if you use super light springs or not, it's really difficult without the reformer. So again, be careful with this. If you feel like it's too much for you, don't do it. Also, you can get on your forearms. So I'll try to show you both on this. All right, so you're going to push out a little bit, come forward. Inhale. Now my butt is tight, legs are squeezed together. I'm in a plank position. I'm really pulling in my abs. It's really an ab exercise, right? 2 more. 1 more. And relax. So here it is on the forearms. Inhale out, exhale in. Inhale out, and out, out, and in. That worked. Actually, that felt pretty good and didn't put any pressure on the wrists at all. And they're both pretty much the same level. So the next one is up stretch. Again, I'll show you both on your hands and on the forearms. So you're going to get in that plank position. Again, you go out to the plank position. Now, instead of going back, you're going to try to go forward. And then you're going to curl your head, curl your upper body, pull your legs in, and try to get your weight back on your heels. And try to touch your nose to your knees. From here, you push back out to a plank. You go forward, curl the head, tuck the upper body, bring everything in, go back, weight is on your heels. And now I'm going to try it on my forearms. So you go into your plank, try to go a little bit forward, curl, bring it all the way up if you can. That's a hard one. And take it back out again. But it can be done, right? Forward, curl, up, and relax. So that's more challenging, to try to get those legs straight, to come straight in with your elbows down on the floor. You have to have really flexible hamstrings. So if your wrists are okay, I would recommend doing it that way as opposed to on your forearms. So now I'm going to attempt to do kind of a jackrabbit arabesque combination, because it's too difficult to do arabesque without the reformer. It's hard to push that leg out and in. But there is a way to kind of combine these exercises that's super challenging. So here we go. So you're going to come in. You only have one leg, one foot on the rag. Come into a curl with the knee to the chest. Now bring that other leg in and stretch the leg up, 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 and try to touch your nose to your knees. Knee. And then come back in, back to here, and bring it in and stretch. All right, so we'll try the other leg. It's a little rough on the in. If you have anything that slides better than this rag, that might work. Okay, here we go. So, I'm going to go in, curl, touch your nose, bring it in, straight up, head to your knee. Repeat. Push it out, nose, in, head to the knee, and stretch. Okay. So let's try the last one, which is elephant. And these are all super hard without the reformer, lots of ab work. And hamstrings have to be fairly flexible. You can bend your knees if you can't reach the floor and keep your legs straight. So hands are down. You're going to try to lift your toes up so your weight's more on your heels. You're going to try to slide your legs out and pull them in and slide them out and exhale. Try to keep your nose down towards your knees and bring them out, a little rough out there, and curl and out and curl. One more, out and curl. Whew. Okay, that's the series. Here's the modification with the foam roller for the knee stretch series. And it also gives you a great shin massage while you're at it. Okay, so you put the foam roller underneath the kneecap. Do not put the foam roller on the kneecap. Underneath. For my wrists, I'm going to fold this mat up a little bit so I have a little more support for my wrists. The flat back, right? Neutral spine. That's for your feet. Once you've done all that, you take it way back on your ankles. You go forward. Watch out for knee issues here. If your knees hurt, don't do this, please. Go all the way forward to stretch the top of your feet. So I'm really stretching the front of my ankles. And then if you want to take a little extra stretch, you push up, arch back. Take a nice stretch here. It gives you a little bit of a thigh stretch as well. And then back down, and you can repeat that a few times. Just sitting here is a great stretch for the ankles. Thank you.